Hello, readers. Welcome to Books and Bites for Kids, brought to you by the Harvard Dickens Library. In this episode, we'll show you how to make yummy pizza pockets. First, let's review the ingredients you'll need. We need 1 package of refrigerated pie crust. You'll use both crusts. A half a cup of pizza sauce or your favorite marinara. 1½ cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. A half a cup of small slices of pepperoni. 1 large egg, 1 tablespoon of water, and some flour for dusting your work area. You'll also need a few tools. You'll start with a cookie sheet covered with parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, then you'll need to spray the cookie sheet with some cooking spray. You'll need spoons, measuring cups, a table knife, a spatula, rolling pin, and pastry brush. When you have your ingredients and your tools together, there's a couple other steps you need to take first before we start. First, measure out all the ingredients and set them aside so that they're all ready to go. Next, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Got all that? Now you're ready to start making some pizza pockets. And here's how.
Start out by gently sprinkling some flour, just a little bit, on your table or your work area. This will keep the pie crust from sticking to your table. Then take a pie crust and gently unroll it. Now it's going to be cold, so unroll it very, very slowly and very carefully. If it crinkles a little bit or breaks, that's okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to roll it back together. And I'll show you, even if it breaks up a lot, there's a way that you can save all of that awesome pie crust. So we're just going to keep unrolling it until we get unrolled all the way. Just a little bit more, and that's probably pretty good, because like I said, we're going to roll it with a rolling pin and we'll roll it all back together again. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on a rolling pin and gently, slowly roll out that pie crust. Try to keep the pieces together. If your pie crust fell apart, try to keep the pieces together. And we'll see if we can get it in one nice big piece of pie crust. We want to try to roll it into a rectangular shape, because then we're going to cut the pie crust into strips. And that's what we'll use to make our pizza pockets. Keep rolling your pie crust until you have it in as close to a rectangular shape as you possibly can. If it's not perfect, that's okay. As you can see, I kind of tried to roll in some of these pieces that were falling apart. So now, hopefully, they'll all stay together. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take a knife and you're going to trim off some of the edge of the crust to make it truly a rectangle. So I'll trim off the top and the bottom, and we'll just trim this a little bit, and I'll trim this side just a little bit. So now it looks like a pretty good rectangle. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but there is my rectangle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into 3 strips. 1, 2, and now I have 3 strips. 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to add our pizza ingredients. The first thing we're going to do is brush half of 1 strip with a little bit of pizza sauce. You probably will only use about a tablespoon of pizza sauce, and you want to make sure that you don't get it too close to the edge. Put that little bit of pizza sauce on each strip, again, making sure it doesn't get too close to the edge. Because what we'll do is, once we have all the ingredients in here, we're going to fold over one side of the side of the strip that we did not put the ingredients on, and then we're going to seal them together to make a regular pocket. All right, so there are the strips with pizza sauce. And now, if you like pepperoni, this is a great opportunity to add a couple of pieces of pepperoni to each strip right on top of that pizza sauce. If you don't like pepperoni, that's okay. You could just put cheese on next, or if you have other things that you like to add, maybe some mushrooms or some olives, a little bit of garlic, you can certainly add them now. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of cheese and cover that pepperoni with some mozzarella cheese. Again, make sure that you don't get it too close to the edge because we're going to seal up those edges. So cover that pepperoni with some mozzarella cheese, and then we'll do one more strip, and then it's time to put them together and seal up all these yummy ingredients. Now, to seal the pocket, you'll take the half of the strip that you did not put any pizza ingredients on and fold it over so it covers up the ingredients. As you can see, my pie crust broke a little bit. That's okay. Then I'm going to take a fork and I'm going to crimp the edges. That means I'm going to press the edges together so that it creates a nice seal on the pocket. If a little bit of the pizza sauce filling comes out, that's perfectly fine. It won't taste any different. And then I'm going to use a spatula and kind of pull this one away a little bit so I can crimp the other side. Just like this. Oop, this one got a lot of pizza sauce in it, but that's okay. It'll still taste yummy. Once you have the 3 or 4 edges crimped, use your spatula and move your pizza pocket to your parchment covered cookie sheet. Slide it off and then continue doing the same fold and crimp with the other pizza strips that you had before. And continue on until you have all 3 of them crimped and put on the cookie sheet just like we did with the first. Once you have your pizza pockets all filled and crimped and on the cookie sheet, it's time to give them what's called an egg wash. To do that, take 1 large egg, crack it and break it into a small cup, and then add 1 tablespoon of water. And then we're going to gently mix those 2 things together until the egg is all mixed up. Then we'll gently brush the egg mixture on top of the pastries. This will give them a nice brown color and help keep them sealed. So once your egg is all mixed up, take a pastry brush and gently brush some of the egg mixture on the outside of your pizza pocket. Continue brushing until it's all covered. Just like that. Do all of the pizza pockets. And let's get a little bit more on the edge here. And then we'll do the last one. As I said, this will give the pizza pockets a very pretty brown toasty color once they're in the oven. All right, my pizza pockets have had their egg wash, and now it's time to put them in a 350-degree preheated oven, and we'll bake them for about 18 to 20 minutes until the tops are nice and golden brown. When the pizza pockets have baked for 18 to 20 minutes, carefully take them out of the oven, and then they're ready to enjoy. Be very careful. Pick one up with a spatula, put it on a plate, and there you have a tasty and delicious pizza pocket, perfect for an after-school snack or an evening dinner with the family.
We hope you enjoy your pizza pockets. Now it's time to take a look at some great books that will pair perfectly with your pizza pockets. We'll show you a couple of lists of some awesome books, and we hope you'll join us again for the next Books and Bites for Kids episode brought to you by the Harvard Dickens Library. Until then, happy eating and happy reading.